So, this is another KSP video, as you can tell everyone, and yeah, so welcome back to my videos, and this is on the Sea Dragon rocket, which you probably haven't heard of, and it's one of the coolest rockets ever designed, and the largest ever designed. So, the Sea Dragon was designed and you just see me building this massive engine here, 1962, and the whole idea of it was just a really heavy lift vehicle. I mean, it makes a Saturn V look small, as you could fit almost the entire Saturn V first stage into just its engine nozzle, and it had these gimbal thrusters, and yeah, this massive, it's really wide, it's 23 meters wide and 160 meters tall compared to the Saturn V's 111, and also just taking into comparison, I mean, the Saturn V could lift about 130 tons into low Earth orbit, but this thing is supposed to lift about 500 tons, as you can see on the fairing here, even though this one I just made some changes to. And yeah, but it was headed by Charles F.A.X. 4. I think that's how you pronounce it. He wasn't like French or anything, that's just his name. And yeah, so he's the lead designer, and he had the idea of, sure, the rocket is massive, but it was incredibly simple. It just used pressure-fed system, which is the key basis for all rocket engines, but his literally just worked from that, and also some pressurization valves for the fuel, which would be liquid oxygen and hydrogen, like many other rockets, such as the Space Shuttle. RS-25 main engines were powered by, and he thought that using only a couple thousand parts compared to the Saturn V's 6 million dramatically bring down the cost. The problem was it was just literally too big of a vehicle. There's no need for something that could lift the entire ISS at the time, because NASA's goal at the time, just get humans to the moon. And that was it in the early to mid 60s. Which of course eventually succeeded. So yeah, so I'm just making this module here. So what's the point of building the space station lifter when they don't care about that right now? I didn't really know what to put out as a payload, so I just put out a Apollo Command Service module, and yeah, it's not really the most efficient way to use this massive rocket to put in that tiny thing inside. But yeah, even though it said, I checked the fuel overlay, it said that the fuel was running into it and that the engine would use it up there. In the end, it didn't, I suppose so. And what I'm building here is attachment points, because it had gimbaling engines on the side, massive ones, not like what the Soyuz has, which is tiny vernier engines. These are the same thing, pretty much, but way larger, like ridiculously larger. And if you watch, for example, the show For All Mankind, you can just find on the internet, like on YouTube, there are like clips of it. Yeah, you can see the Sea Dragon launch, and you see these which will get out of the water. And its name comes from the fact that I wasn't able to launch it at sea, but I will try in a future video. But it would have launched from sea, because it would have destroyed any launch pad. Here we are on the launch pad, and why don't we get this started, everyone? 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is a bit unstable. Oh. Oh, we might need to do some fixes. I think I need to auto-strut. How'd that not break? Literally everything. So, I'll be back. One major auto-strutting lesson, thing later. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's rolling. I'm gonna keep that stable. Yeah, this is not what the base game will sound like, but it's just a simple mod called Waterfall VFX, or Waterfall FX, and it lets you edit things. What's random? It just changes sounds and rocket exhaust, which is why the rocket exhaust looks like this, which is more realistic than what KSP has to offer. Follow prograde. Uh-oh. We're not following the right position. Oh, that's fine. We just don't want to pitch over too much. Okay, let's try again. 3, 2, 1. I probably shouldn't be as aggressive with my turning this time. But yeah, you can see that massive engine bell with its 10 times the thrust of the Saturn V's first stage. Of course, there aren't any engines in KSP that are anywhere near large enough to match this. So this thing kind of doesn't really have a place. Let's just wait. Those are normally gimbal thrusters. Stage separate. Yeah, the exhaust is kind of... Oh, please don't break. Yes! What? Oh, yeah, I turned that off, that's why. Well, that's fine, we just blew up the fairing. Deploy that. God, that's a messy fairing. Yeah, I'll do a full art video where I use this stupid thing properly. But that's not what we're doing right now. So let's deploy decoupler. Don't break! Oh, thank God it broke the wrong thing. I forgot to put RCS thrusters on this. I am so stupid. Has it drained the fuel? Good, it hasn't. So we're just going to warp up to apoapsis. Meanwhile, all those parts eventually burn up in the atmosphere. And then we're going to circularize with just this thing. Because, duh, what else would you use? The rocket, which I didn't pack enough fuel in for some reason. Yeah, I'll do a full-up video where it won't be like a, I guess a commentary video. Is there any fuel? What? What? Oxidizer deprived. There's enough oxidizer here. Well, I guess all we're gonna do is do a suborbital hop then, just like the Americans did with the original Mercury missions. No, why? Disarm. Disarm all of them. Yeah, there's not going to be a spectacular re-entry, is all I can say. And yeah, that's basically what I'll do. And I'll build the stupid Sea Dragon properly. Also, I'll make sure this service module actually has fuel. Deploy the chute. Deploy the chute. Deploy the chute. And these are more realistic and more like Apollo style, these chutes are. So that's what they actually are. That's not possible though. But once the main chutes deploy fully, those aren't the main chutes. The drogue chutes are cut. And we carefully descend towards the surface. And successful mission, because we got to experience the 0G that you experience in space. And hey, I didn't think that the fairings would be able to hold up the rocket, to be honest, that were on the first stage, but they did. So you guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. If you drop a like down below, and if you hated it, give it a dislike. I know YouTube doesn't show that, but if you didn't like it, just give it a dislike anyway. If I'd love to see it here. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment down below, and I'd like to hear your opinion. And I'll see you in the next one. And as always, good night.